How's it hanging, dudes? My name is Sean and welcome back to another Jurassic World Evolution video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the top 3 dinosaurs that you most likely will not see in Jurassic World Evolution, the game. Now, these are unconfirmed dinosaurs. They're mere speculation. Nobody knows if they're going to be in the game or not, and they most likely won't be in the game at all. They just probably won't make it to the game. It might be hard for developers, or something that, you know, has just been long forgotten in the franchise, something that maybe was merely mentioned in the franchise. But nevertheless, dinosaurs and creatures that are huge and synonymous with this community. Dinosaurs that people talk about a lot, but dinosaurs that hardly ever get much recognition, but are almost considered, you know, legendary. Some of these dinosaurs, you know, would really put fear into your heart if they were created and, you know, Jurassic World was, you know, IRL. And if you was to have these in your park, they would be the ultimate attractions. They would be the money-making machine that holds true with the legacy of the awesomeness of these creatures. Before we get too deep, go ahead and smack a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and ring that notification bell. It hurts my heart if you don't, guys. It really does. Sometimes I cry at night. Anyway, let's get right into the video. So, the first dinosaur on our list is the Mosasaurus. Now, this is the most logical. It's the most reasonable, I think. It's actually the most plausible that you might see in-game. This could very well be in-game. Of course, it won't be at launch, and it will be probably an add-on or DLC if it ever is in the game. Right now, there is no aquatic creatures or dinosaurs who mainly hunt in the water whatsoever. You see the Mosasaurus in Jurassic World, but the developers developing this same attraction in game is a little bit more difficult. There's a lot of kinks you got to work out. But it doesn't mean it's not 100% off the board. It's just that, you know, we'll probably see pterosaurs and aviaries before we'll see the mosasaur and some kind of water attraction. That's just the facts of it. But doesn't mean it's not going to be in there. It's just highly unlikely, at the very least, until a really later date. And everybody knows about the mosasaur. They're super awesome. You know, it is the most iconic creature in Jurassic World, in my opinion, next to the Indominus Rex and Indoraptor. I mean, it literally snaps the Indominus Rex up and just drags it into water. So, you know, it's a beast. Let's just say that. So moving on to number 2 is the Titanoboa. Now, you see this in Ark Survival a lot. I myself have been eaten whole by Titanoboa in Ark Survival. I don't recommend it. These things are terrifying. And in the Jurassic World canon, Jurassic Park canon, you only get obscure mentionings of it, you know, in books and stuff like that. There hasn't really been Titanoboas around, you know, yet. Doesn't mean that there can't be. It's just that we really haven't had any kind of inclination to think that there will be. There's no precedent for it or anything like that. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. A quick paleobiology of the Titanoboa. Of course, its meaning is Titanic boa. It's an extinct genus of snakes that is known to have lived in present-day La Guajira in northern Colombia. Fossils of Titanoboa have been found in Sarajan Formation and date to around 58 to 60 million years ago. The giant snake lived during the middle-late Paleocene epoch, a 10 million year period immediately following the Cretaceous Paleogene extinction event. While initially thought to have been an apex predator, the Paleocene ecosystem in which it lived, evidence has pointed to the genus being predominantly piscivorous, a trait unique to a Titanoboa among all boids. Titanoboa's massive size and would have made it difficult to move on land, so the snake would hunting for fish and other aquatic prey. The size of the Titanoboa has also provided clues as to the Earth's climate during the existence, because snakes are ectothermic, and discovery implies that the tropics, the creature's habitat, have been warmer than previously thought, averaging about 32 degrees Celsius, which is about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The warmer climate of the Earth during the time of the Titanoboa allowed cold-blooded snakes to attain much larger sizes than modern snakes. Today, larger ectothermic animals are found in the tropics where it's the hottest. Smaller ones are found, further from the equator. So yeah, that kind of gives you a hint as to why it was so big, and these things really are huge. So, when you see these snakes just hanging from the trees in an arc that's kind of not realistic, most likely they would have smaller patches of land and trees and a lot of water in their enclosure for them to hunt. So that would be cool if you could see that in Jurassic World, but I really don't think you're going to. We haven't had much inclination into it. So, we're just going to have to chalk this one up as a loss. It probably won't make it into the game, and if it does, it'd be a mod if they allow mods at a later date, which they have considered it, but they haven't really said much about it. Unfortunate, but moving on to number 3. Alright, so here we have the Ultimasaurus. Now, the Ultimasaurus is a hybrid from the cancelled Kenner toy line, Jurassic World Chaos Effect. It is made from the DNA of Tyrannosaurus Rex, Triceratops, Velociraptor, Ankylosaurus, and Stegosaurus, making it a deadly fighting machine. Its appearance gives it the frill and horns of Triceratops' head and body of a Tyrannosaurus, and the arms and legs of a Velociraptor, the back armor of an Ankylosaurus, and a spine-tipped tail of the Stegosaurus. Yeah, that's horrifying, isn't it? Imagine to come across that. Its skin is primarily gray, with a light yellow underbelly, black stripes on its back and armor plating, yellow markings surrounding the eyes, and a red head and red feet. The way the lime green eyes are placed on the head gives it the binocular vision of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. It was bred to be the most deadly of all the Chaos Effect hybrids, but proved to be extremely unpredictable. Unfortunately, the figure was never released due to the fact that the Chaos Effect line sold poorly, and some rumors also state that the horns were too long and sharp. However, an infant Ultimasaurus did come with one of the human action figures in its toy line, perhaps as a reference to the Junior from the Lost World Jurassic Park. And just a side note, the design of the Tyrannoped, an alien from Ben 10 Omniverse series, was the basis for this toy. That's where they got the idea. And okay, so we know that there's a big hybrid thing in Jurassic World, and that it's unlocking certain already preset hybrids. You can't really just go out on a limb and make your own hybrid, right? But being as this is part of the canon, I mean, it was part of a toy line. They didn't make these; they were in development. There was a thought about it, and they do have a hybrid, aspect. And well, I mean, it's more than an aspect, but a hybrid type thing going on in Jurassic World. Who's to say that this couldn't potentially be in the game? But again, we're talking about mods here because let's just face it, if the Ultimasaurus ever comes into actual canon on screen, it's going to be in like the 3rd movie or something like that, where let's just say we're just going to say the bad guys, Maserati or Biosyn just trying to create something to compete with everybody else or selling it to the military. And that's the way you would see the Ultimasaurus to counter the Indoraptor or an Indominus Rex or something like that. But unlikely. It's just, we probably will not see it. This is a really out there on a limb. It's I don't want to say more of a cartoon character, because this dinosaur could be serious. I mean, we could actually potentially see it. I don't know. I just think this dinosaur is just too cool. You know what I mean? It's too cool to be in the game. It probably won't make it. It's almost a figment of our imagination at this point. Like it was a blip on the radar so quick, and now it's just a long forgotten idea that could have been something cool. The potential there was really awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think it will ever be in the game beyond maybe a mod if they ever allow that. It's unfortunate again. I know it sucks, but it is what it is, guys. So there you go. There's the top 3 dinosaurs that I suspect will not ever make it into Jurassic World Evolution. Now, the Mosasaurus probably will at some point. make it in, because once the game launched and, you know, months later when they still haven't added any sort of water type things, water type enclosures, water type attractions, I think the fan base will kind of riot, and I don't think they'll like that. You know what I mean? I don't think just aviaries will be enough. Whenever they do come out with those, I think they will have to have some aquatic features of some sort. And let's hope that it's an actual enclosure and not just, oh look, here's a building attraction with a mosasaur inside of it, and you don't get to make the mosasaur, you don't get to put it in its enclosure, stuff like that. It's just like a small attraction that you get to plop down. Let's hope that's not what it is. Titanoboa, it probably will just not be in there. It's a potential. I mean, it's a potential DLC. It's a potential add-on, because they said they want to make content for years to come for this game. So hey, who's to say that it couldn't be, right? Still, for the first few years, probably unlikely, really. Ultimasoros. Yeah, no. I mean, it sucks. It'd be really cool. I mean, but we're getting out there with these hybrids, ain't we? I love the Ultimasaurus, though. It's pretty cool. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, leave a comment down below. I'm always in the comment section after every single video. Subscribe if you're new, man. Everybody else is, and it's freaking awesome. I promised you guys what was it, a 300 sub live stream, and then we hit 400 subs, and you know, so now I gotta do 2 live streams or 1 big live stream, and now we're almost at 500 subs. So I'm gonna have to do another special live stream for that, or maybe we'll just make 1 big video or something. You know, I'm not sure. Leave your comments down below. We'll figure something out. Anyways, you know, I appreciate you guys like always, and I'll see you in the next one.